All right, welcome everyone. I want to be sure you can hear me. Please, if you can, please just do well. Drop a comment so that I will be sure that you can hear me, and we will get straight into. I want to be sure that you can hear me. Um, Please let me know that you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. All right. Thank you so much. Today it's really going to be quite short because it's already like morning and where I am in about 2 hours thereabout. I need to get prepared to be out. So I just felt it wouldn't be very good not to have reached out to my people, not to have had like this session sharing and all of that. So, we wanted to just have this series on the leveraging the tools for relevance and growth, and also sharing on major things that can really help transform, make a number of difference, that can help shift, and then offer some sort of insight into the things that is done and the things that maybe you do in your normal life and the way you go about the things that you do. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Matthew. I can see you say you can hear. So please, for those who are maybe following through, please, I want you to help share the link. Just share the link with people on your contact list. Just get people to come in. Let's really discuss. All right. So in the first part of this particular series, okay, um, in the first part of this series, one of the things that we started looking at is that we shared on the concept of the philosophy and also purpose being crucial in helping you and assisting you and ensuring that you are able to actually become relevant, you are able to make the kind of impact you want to make, you are able to make the difference you want to make, you are able to make a lot of deliberate effort. So we spoke about the concept of philosophy, which has to do with the things you know about yourself, the things you know about your gift, the things you know about time, the things you know about work, the things you know about people. So, because your ideology actually frames your action. So, a number of times, don't just assume that, oh, I'm doing things because, oh, I want to do them, I feel like doing them, I wish I'm doing them. No one does anything without a philosophy behind it. And we also looked at the concept of purpose, that purpose is essential in determining the way and why you will really be relevant, and how you will really grow, and how you will really make impact if you really want to. So the ability to be able to deal with these two things, they are foundational truths and foundational tools to help you become truly relevant and impactful, and can get you to change your life and make the kinds of impact that you want to make. So this is very essential, and this is very crucial. All right. Now, number three, I'll be starting with the third one, which has to do with preparation. In your quest and in your drive to really become relevant, the ability to submit to the season of preparation, the ability to be able to prepare, the ability to be able to put so much effort, even when the opportunities have not come, is the true wisdom that will take you on a high level where people will consider you as a big deal, people will consider you as crucial, people will consider you as important, people will consider you as that person that they wish to listen to, and that person they wish to learn from. All right. So it's very important that you submit to the season of preparation. Most people seem to miss it. Why? Because they await opportunities before they start preparing. You see most people, they are like, oh, why are you not giving your best to the thing? Oh, I'm waiting for the opportunity to come. Oh, why are you not learning public speaking? I'm waiting for the opportunity to come. Look, why are you not writing books? Oh, I'm waiting for the opportunity to come. Oh, why are you not giving yourself to that? I'm waiting for the opportunity to come. But in actual reality, stars and impactful people and those who everyone submit to learn from, what they really do is that they prepare before the opportunities come. The truth, let me ask you this question. What is the measure of contribution? What is the effort you're putting in? What's your level of intentionality that you're giving to your life that really proves that you are going to become great, you are going to become relevant, you are going to become influential in your lifetime? What kind of input, what kind of relevance, what kind of concentration, what kind of effort, what kind of input do you put in into your life and destiny that proves that you are going to change your life, that proves that you're going to make a difference, that proves that you're going to rise, that proves that you're going to move to the next level, that proves that you're going to change level? Is it just an assumption? Is it just an hope? Oh, someday I hope things will be fine. Someday I hope I'm going to become the bestie. Someday I hope I'm going to shift. Someday I hope I'm going to make a difference. Or you are making the preparations that will bring forth such kind of outcomes into your life. Recently I was reading a book that shared about the reason why most people, even when they make effort to motivate themselves to make a difference, they still never experience real changes. They still never experience real impact. They still never experience real transformations in their life. The reason is because there's no intentionality. There is no assurance about the fact that this is what I want, this is what I want to do, this is when I want to do it, this is where I want to do it. The ability to be able to put intentionality into your life is what will make the difference. It's not just an assumption that, oh, it's going to be there, it's going to be fine, it's going to be good, it's going to be this. There must be some sense of intentionality. There must be some set of commitment in making those things happen. Now, when you wake up every day in your life, what are the things that you do that prove that you will have the kind of results that we are talking about? What are the things that prove that you're going to have the kind of results we're talking about? Is it just going to be an assumption that, yeah, it will happen? Yes, I will get there. Yes, I'm going to move. Yes, I'm going to shift. Or there's something you're committing to that you're preparing all the time. That even when the lights are not shining on you, you are giving yourself the ability to get it done. Um, Rotilingual Language Center, thank you so much. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right. So, what are the things you do every day when the light is not beam on you? There are people who are waiting to be on the limelight. There are people who are waiting to step on the stage. There are people who are waiting for them to get the mic and speak. But there is nothing they are doing to invest in yourself. Are you sitting down to read? Are you sitting down to study? Are you taking the online courses? It's today that people want to show up on the things they are learning. And you don't know that the real power, the real strength, the real outcome is not in mentioning to people what you're learning, but in learning those things and creating the opportunities to prove that you know them. Today, somebody maybe just started a course on maybe programming, or started a course on maybe data science, or maybe started a course on maybe front end development, or started a course on maybe back end development. And by just maybe taking 5 minutes, the person has gone on LinkedIn and then you're already announcing, oh, I've started taking this course on front end, and then the course is so nice, and then the course is so this. And then when the time comes to prove what you said you're learning, you cannot prove them. Why? Because you wanted to prove an aspiration, you are not preparing for the aspiration. So people want to prove an aspiration, they are not preparing for the aspiration. What preparation are you making for the aspiration? So you start a course today, you're already announcing on LinkedIn. You start this today, you're already pushing here. You start this today, you're already announcing it. You're still at the foundation, you're already announcing it. Instead of waiting till the building, when men will appreciate what you're doing. When men will appreciate what you're doing, what investment are you giving to the kind of aspiration you want? Um, Ruth Chinazapere Ibokwe. Ruth, welcome. Good evening. Ayodeji Oluwole, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Thank you so much. So, what preparation are you giving to your life? What preparation are you giving to your life? Are you showing up like one who is willing to last? Are you showing up like one who wants to control thousands and millions and hundreds of thousands of people? Are you stretching your capacity to be able to accommodate a level of influence? Or you only desire that you have it? And that's why you see people that, oh, after they learn Facebook ads, they push for hearts. And then when they are done, and then when the numbers rise, they can no longer manage it. There's no longer consistency to be able to feed the people who follow and then to keep them staying over and over again. And that's why whatever you get without preparing for it, you are going to lose. Whatever you get without preparing for it, you are going to lose. And this is the reason why the ability to stretch, to prepare, to embrace more open-minded decisions on an high level of degree is going to really make the difference. Victoria Bishopson, thank you so much. Preparation over perspiration. The ability to prepare. Give yourself that effort to prepare again and again. The guy who is preparing, putting in effort, who is trying to push himself, who is already setting out, by the time of opportunity comes, when they present that guy and the one who is only hoping, when they present both of them, the guy who has been preparing will be invited again and again, will get the reward again and again. You know the reason why? Because hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. I read from the book of John C. Maxwell, how successful people think. And one of the things I left with is hope is not a strategy. Hoping that things will change, desiring that things will change, trying to move things to change instead of creating times to prepare. I used to love this story of David. How David, just by always going out to carry out the tasks he's given to do, by going out to the field, they would go with a sheep, he would take them grazing, they would go everywhere. And then while all of those things were happening, the lion would come and David would confront it. He would deliver the sheep from the hands of the lion. The bear would come, he would deliver the sheep from the hands of the bear. And he was doing it without any compensation. What was he doing? He was making preparation. It was making preparation such that when God needed to look out for replacements for Saul, there was no other person that was that prepared than David. There was nobody that was that prepared than David. And he was the only one that everything pointed over to. And that's why you need to realize that even heaven itself, even God Himself in His majesty, if He has certain mission to fulfill on earth, He will not bring it to you because you belong to a certain religion. He will look out for the person who is prepared. He will look out for the person who is prepared, irrespective of the religion of that person. But you know what some people do? They expect because they belong to a kind of religion, because they call a certain kind of name in their prayer, because they do certain things, that they are the ones that should get the opportunity. But you know what? God's system does not work that way. God looks for the man who is prepared. God looks for the man who is prepared. Do you remember the mystery of the dream of Pharaoh? Do you remember that Pharaoh in the time of Joseph? Remember what happened? No other person could be able to handle that dream. The dream of the 7 year plenty and 7 year famine, that dream of the seven fat cattle and seven lean ones. There was no other person who has the authority. There was no other person who had what it takes to be able to preserve life at that time. It needed to be a pharaoh. So you need to realize that certain things will not come to you because of a bias you have in your mind, because of an ideology that you should merit it, because of an ideology that you think it's you that it should belong to. It will come to you to your level of preparation. So maybe God is looking for someone to take up certain leadership opportunity. Maybe, for example, God is looking for somebody to set up a business. He wants to do something on the earth. He wants to accomplish a mission on the earth. He wants to be able to influence certain group of people. He would look for the people who are prepared. He will look for the one who is set. He look for the one who is always sitting down, trying to seek out knowledge on leadership, trying to seek out knowledge on those things, who have been able to expand his mind to be able to accommodate those things. And that was what happened to David. That was what happened to Pharaoh. What are you giving yourself to that shows that you are going to be the next big deal? What are you giving yourself to? What are you offering yourself to? What are you committing yourself to? What are you rendering yourself to? What are you sacrificing for that shows that you are going to be the next big deal? The problem is some of you are not ready to be the next big deal. You are not prepared to be able to push through to the next level of destiny. You are not set to be able to sit on the kings that kings sit upon. Let me tell you part of the preparation. Let me give you an idea about part of the preparation. As, for example, an academic lecturer who lectures in the university, a number of times for people I have the privilege to mentor, people I have the privilege to speak to interact with, some of the things I suggest, some of the things I advise them to do may look like but is life that hard? Do I really have to give myself that much to that thing? Do I need to offer myself that much? But look at this person, look at those other people, look at my colleague, look at that person. Why can't I just be like them? Why can't I just offer why can't I just offer myself to be like them? Why can't I do all of this? But the question is, what you're trying to become is not what you're trying to become. Where they're going is not where you're going. If you want to operate at a high level, your discipline also has to be high. Your discipline has to be high. Why many of them are giving themselves to some flippant things, they can go anywhere, they can visit at certain places. For someone who needs to handle destiny, your preparation is different. Your preparation is different. What John will say as your fight is different. Your fight is different in terms of the kind of preparation. For someone who wants to be relevant, your fight has to be different. That's why if you're there as my amazing lady, my amazing friend, who is a lady there, while they will make you think that it doesn't matter to be disciplined enough not to give yourself to certain flippant things, not to give yourself to certain careless actions, not to offer yourself to some sort of guys recklessly, and they say, oh, you're young, you can do what you want, you can offer what you want. Think about it. Think about it. In the next 5 years, what do I want the story of my life to be like? In the next 10 years, what do I want the story of my life to be like? In the next 30 years, what do I want the story of my life to be like? The moment you are able to reason, you are able to think, you are able to reflect, your preparation will be different. Why? Because you're preparing for relevance, for impact, for growth. You are not just wanting to live your life for chance. You're not just wanting to live your life for chance. So you need to commit to the season of preparation. Now, the next thing I need to say is that in your kind of preparation, don't just show up. The problem is some people, they want to, oh, you want to put up a post online, you just show up. You want to do a video, you just show up. You want to maybe speak to certain people, you just show up. You're going for an event, you just show up. The problem, the point right now is that you don't just show up as someone who is willing to be relevant, who is willing to change your life, who is willing to make a difference. You have to show up strong. You have to make sure that you give your best to anything that you do. You're a student, you give your best to that assignment. You give your best to that presentation. You give your best to that examination. You give your best to that card. You show up strongly and sharp for events. You need to show up strong. You want to attend that next event, that conference, that summit, that conference, that place. You want to go for that place. Don't just show up like, oh, I'm just showing up, and then you're dressing casually. You're appearing like someone who is not willing to matter. You dress in the way you want to be addressed. You dress in the way that you want people to take you. Why? Because you do not know where your picture will get to. You do not know where your picture will get to. So you show up on an event and then you just dress anyhow, like, oh, maybe you're going for our scary fellowship, and that's how you dress and just appear there. You are not aware of the people you're going to meet, the individual you will speak to. You are not aware of who will approach you. You are not aware of who you will meet. So you need to show up strong. Show up in public places with an idea that your image could be taken anywhere and you'll not be disappointed about how you appear. Preparation is very, very important. Stop this idea of and people must take me the way that I am, and this is just about me. I cannot I cannot just be doing this one. Show up your best. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to maybe try to fake. You don't have to maybe try to prove. You don't have to maybe try to go every extent to maybe start doing things that are not ideal. But make sure you are showing up your best. Make sure you're showing up your best. I had the ability to be selected. Like I got recommended for a seminar somewhere outside Nigeria, and while we're there, a number of things that I saw, and I think this is really important, especially for people in Africa. When you're going out for events, a number of things to look out for. Why may not be wrong to always try to maybe, oh, you want to be there, you want to take a picture. Why? Because there's something you want to post, or you want to take a video, and then you want people to have this buzz around. Oh, my guy, you don't travel. What happen? You don't go. Hey, this, and then you're creating the hype. You're trying to make people follow and do all of those things. The truth of the matter is, are you really becoming that place you are? Or you are only wanting to attract unnecessary attention to make people offer you a relevance you have not attained? One thing really important is you must be willing to build greater depth beyond the surface. A lot of people only operate on the surface. They lack the depth for the things they try to show up. And I love what an amazing mentor said is, why fake what can be real? Why not build the reality and then flow and operate with it over time instead of faking what can be real? Such that when people draw close to you, when people come close to you, they can perceive a depth beyond the surface you are trying to present to them. So the ability to prepare, you have to be willing to show up strong. You're going for an interview, show up strong, show up your best. Be willing to build personal perception, build personal value, build a level of appearance that makes it look like, wow, this is an amazing lady, this is an amazing guy. This guy is doing so well. We love the way you portray this. We love the way you do this. You have a presentation to make. Are you willing to create time to sit down, give it your best, come with a fantastic slide that can amaze people even from the first slide? Even from the first slide, be willing to show up strong. Be willing to show up with a depth. That's why it's not enough to just clean ring light and then put on your phone camera and then you're just talking. You're just talking. At the end of the day, you know what people do? When they do not have depth, they have to offer something flippant. They have to offer something that is not valuable. They have to do things that are foolish. Why? Because they lack the depth. Think about it very quickly. Why do you think people go on TikTok and then all they do is for a lady to be shaking her buttocks, or for a guy to be doing things unnecessarily? Why do you think they have to speak foolishly? Why do you think they have to speak without so much value in them? Why? Because they lack depth. Because they lack depth. The moment you do not have depth, all the things you will keep offering will be half-witted. Will be half-witted. And you'll be surprised at the foolish things people do. Why? Because there is no presence of depth. So what you have to do is to show up strong. Be willing to create that time. Don't be under pressure to be what any other person has been. The problem is you're under pressure. Oh, this person has 10,000 followers. Okay, you to want to do anything just because you want to gather followers. What preparation are you making? What are you trying to do? Why are you trying to model things that will not last? Why are you trying to model things that will not be there for a long time? You need to build depth. So show up strong. Show up strong. And part of what I've also mentioned is you should practice in secret while you're positioning for the public platform. Practice in secret while you're positioning for the public platform, right? For example, you're trying to start out a business. Practice in secret some of the sales strategy you're learning. Practice in secret some of the sales lessons you're learning. Practice in secret some of the things you're looking out for. Keep practicing in secret. Keep practicing in secret. I think I've mentioned this before. There was a time my lingua intonation was not this tush, was not this nice. But you know what? I was practicing. I was looking out for opportunities to speak. I was looking out for platforms to be public. I was looking out for places to be able to communicate. I was trying to write. I was trying to put some of my writings on Facebook. I was trying to put some of my writings there. Sometimes the things are not correct. I will go back, re-edit, restructure, put it out there before people start recognizing the depth that you have. Practice in secret. Practice in secret. Don't wait until someone tells you, yeah, this and this. Oh yeah, this and this. There were times we made a post and maybe only one person liked it. But you know what? We're not going to stop. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. There were times we came up live and maybe only two people watched our videos. Maybe two people attended live, but you know what? There was no stopping. We were looking out. Okay, what did I not do well? Let me improve on this. What is it that I did not? What is it that I did not do very well? Let me improve on it. Let me keep pushing. Let me keep advancing. Let me keep doing this, and then it gets better and better and better and better. You must be willing to look away from the people who feel that you're not doing it well, and then go back to the boardroom, prepare again and re-strategize and show up again. Oh, you see the lapses, you go back, you prepare, you show up again. You go back, you prepare, you show up again. At a point, you would not even know when you grew to 10,000, when you grew to 100,000, when you started advancing and growing and growing and improving. Why? Because you were willing to show up strong. Commit to the season of preparation. During your season of preparation is not the time when the crowd will gather. Do you remember what happened to David? When David was in the bush and he was fighting with the lion, and he was fighting with the bear, and he was turning them to pieces, and he was delivering the sheep. There was nobody that was applauding him. There was nobody that was singing his praise. There was nobody that was talking about him. But just one opportunity came. And then he went to the war front. He saw Goliath making all the noise, and he said, "Oh, what will be done to the guy that defeats this uncircumcised Philistine?" All right. What will be done to this guy? What will be done to this person? And then he met the king, and the king said, "Oh, you're a small boy. What was the assurance that you're going to do this?" He said, "King, when I was taking care of the sheep of my father in the bush, the lion came, and then I tore him. I killed him. The bear came. I killed him." He said, "This Philistine is going to be like one of them." And then they gave him the armor. He said, "Oh, I've not tested it. I've not used it." They took it away. They gave him all he could use. And then they confronted Goliath. And in the public space where we had hundreds of thousands of people, he confronted Goliath. And then Goliath fell. And you know what happened? The praise started coming in. They said, David has killed his 100,000. David has killed his 10,000. Saul has killed his 1,000. And then they started praising him. They started hailing him. And then the fame came. But it didn't just happen like that. It didn't happen overnight. David submitted to the season of preparation. That's why it happened. Don't wait for the applause. Keep doing the things you're doing. Keep making preparations. Keep practicing. Keep showing up the way you can. Keep deepening. Keep deepening. Deep. Go deep. Go deep. Go deep. Learn the best of the things you can get from there. And when the limelight comes, people will think that you just showed up suddenly. And that's why you need to know no one appears suddenly. No one appears suddenly and continues to last. You need to build depth to last in the journey of life. You need to build depth to last in the way that you go. I'm seeing Christine. Christine, thank you for joining. It's nice to see you. All right, so submit to the season of preparation. And I need you to write this down. All right, and reflect on it. Your public results are reflections of your private preparation. Your public results are a reflection of your private preparation. You see the results that people have in public, the results you see about them in public. Oh, this guy received an award. Oh, this guy got AMBCA. This guy got MTV. This guy got this award. This person got this. And then you see people rise and they rejoice. And the time they call them to receive those awards, and then people are clapping. Oh, and sometimes you're part of people who join them. The things you see about them, they are only reflections of their private preparations. They are only reflections of the time when they were trying to watch the script and they were checking it up and say, oh no, this has to go. Oh, and then they were taking time. And then when they are done giving it their best, it's showtime. Everybody, let's get into action. It's a reflection of their private preparation. What's your private preparation like? Is your private preparation that of, oh, every time, even in the time when you should deepen ideas, you should expand ideas, you should reflect on the next bold move? What do? You're watching TikTok. You're watching TikTok. You're watching TikTok. And then you will laugh. And then you check. You're watching TikTok. You're watching other people. You're watching TikTok. You're watching TikTok. Or maybe sometimes you're going on Instagram, checking Instagram Reels. You spend 10 hours, you spend sometimes 1 hour trying to do all of that, but there is no preparation on the next level of destiny. But there's no preparation on the next phase of life. There's no preparation on the things you desire to accomplish in your own life. You know what? Submit to the season of preparation. You need to create more time for your private preparation if you want to sustain your public results. If you want to sustain your public applause. See, let me tell you one of the paradox of leadership, or one of the paradox of influence, or one of the wrong belief people have whenever they become influential, whenever they have followers, when they get people saying, wow, guy, you're good, guy, you're fantastic, yeah, 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 guy, this and this. The moment you allow that get to your head, and you don't realize that the engine, the oil of every of those applause, the oil of every of those rising and every of those hype came from your private preparation, you will soon be out of relevance. You will soon be out of relevance. If you want to last as a leader, you want to last as an impactful personality, you want to last as somebody who really want to go find the things that you do, always create private preparation time and invest more time in your private preparation than your public appearance. I remember when I was in school as an undergraduate student, from 100, 200 level on like that. Those times it's not like today where you see your maybe CA score. CA, for those who don't know, is called continuous assessment. That's maybe assignments, tests, and all of those things. So I remember the time we did, I think we used to do MTH 111. I think that's algebra. Yeah, MTH 111, algebra. And when the test result came out, I happened to be like amidst the best. I think it was, I don't know, maybe I can't remember what's coming. It was 10 or 20 then. And then we had someone who saw my result then, maybe for certain reason, he knew my matric number. And he started announcing to everyone, you see this guy, this guy is good, MTH, he passed Sam, this guy good, you know, which is called for MTH, and all of those hype, and all of those hype, and all of those hype. And the attention started coming that, oh, that guy is good. So this guy really knows mathematics. This guy is good. This guy is good. And some other people like that. The moment, if I allowed the hype that, oh, I know maths, and then I did not commit to what brought that result. Before, if I was not careful, if I didn't pay attention to what was important, I may never have had a distinction in that course. The same way for many of you, for you watching me, sometimes if you are not very careful with the hype, maybe someone and people are telling you, you are good. Hey, now you sing like that. Hey, Munkechi, your voice sweet. Oh, you sweet. And then they're giving you all of that. And you don't go back to what you were doing that brought that result. Very soon, you will no longer be demanded on the stage. Very soon, you will no longer be applauded. Very soon, you will no longer be important. And that's what happens to most people that were once stars, that were once relevant, that were once influential, that were once pivotal, that were there at the point, but right now they are no longer there. You know why? Because they were not able to sustain results. They were not able to sustain the public applause. They were not able to go back to the things that are important. Let me give you a secret. Always create so much time for your public preparation. If you don't, if you don't want to go into extinction, if you want to sustain relevance, if you want to keep growing, create time for private preparation. Great time for private preparation, because you would always find out people will be inviting you. Oh, we want you to do this, or people will be calling you and come, please come and show us this, and then you would feel like, I'm there. Why should I be giving so much time? Why should I be trying to say I'm preparing again? I already have it now. I'm already good now. I'm already there now. Why should I be creating time again? And then before you know it, you will no longer be relevant anymore. Some of you knew how before now, before the public appearance came, before people started knowing you, before people started citing you, before people started viewing your stuff on WhatsApp status, before people started liking your video, before people started doing all of those things, you know what you used to do to be prepared. You know how you would read books, you know how sometimes you will pray, you know how sometimes you will fast, you know how sometimes you'll get ready, and then when it's show time, you just get it on. People are like, thank you so much. That was so good. That was so sweet. Guy, you are good. What's up? And then you stop praying, you stop investing time, you stop fasting, you stop reading, you stop studying, you stop giving time to those things. And before you know it, you just realize that, what's happening to me? You will now come on a platform, you can't speak coherently, you can't connect things anymore. You no longer have people being transformed. You no longer have the deep, powerful, amazing. You no longer get that impression that you used to have on that anymore. Why? Because you left out private preparation. The real energy, the real power, the real things that produce your public results, they are the things you do as your private preparation. So your public result is a reflection of your private preparation. The moment you stop preparing, the moment you stop giving time to do the things that brought your current result, you will soon be lost in the journey of relevance. You'll soon be lost in the journey of relevance. So you need to always understand these things. You need to understand these things. The same thing happens even when you're dealing with people. I've seen people who, because of one opportunity was given to them, maybe just one opportunity to just go out and travel, they now became proud and arrogant. People no longer matter to them anymore. The people who offered them opportunity, they now felt like, oh, at least I don't travel. They that important again. And they forgot that humility brought them that result. And the moment they stop becoming humble, they lose out of life entirely. They lose out. They lose out of getting more and more and more of things. Or maybe at the time they were preparing, they will get ready. They tell you, oh, you're going to do that task. You get ready. You put your mind at it. You commit all to it. You render all to it. You are able to learn. You are able to search out things. And right now, you no longer search out. You no longer invest time. You no longer make readiness for things. And then you just show up anyhow. You know what happens? Very soon, people will no longer consider you as important anymore. And then you will now become a star of the past. Think about it. Do you know how many people have become star of the past now? Check every industry, whether it's religion, whether it's religion, whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment, whether it's personal development, whether it's in business. Many people became the star of the past when they could no longer commit to private preparation. They could no longer commit to private preparation. Think of many people. I knew people when we were in 100 level on campus. Many of them just came up and tests like this. They would show up in class like this, like, oh more, this guy in our first class guy, you. But after a while, when they thought they could no longer create time to build depth and build a level of lifting, they could not play at the level of a perception that they created. So it's really important that you commit to the season of preparation. Very, very important. Now, number four thing I want to talk about is positioning. Number four is positioning. Number four is positioning. Now, this is going to be very pivotal for some of you right now because I'm related with a lot of people, with a lot of young friends and young people. And sometimes I perceive very great sort of gifting in them. Like they are very good, they are talented, they have deep stuff in them. They have like really amazing um they have really amazing power potentials inside of them, but many of them are not willing to take the risks to come out or to push themselves to the top, to be able to take up relevant position, to be able to take up influential position, to be able to um push for things that will portray them higher. And one of the things I found out that creates this drop back is usually their past experiences. Their past experiences. Sorry, permit me. One of the things that create this drawback seem to be their past experiences. Now, if you were somebody that maybe in the past, maybe while you were younger and you had access to the online media, like you had access to social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and the likes before you found out purpose. You get what I'm saying? You had access to the media, you started using social media before you had access to, before you knew your purpose, like you had access to social media before you really understood your purpose. This is something I need to pay attention to. And maybe for certain reason, while you had access to social media, you got exposed to certain things that were not ideal, that were not positive, that right now you're not very proud of, right now you're not very delighted about, and you made some mistakes in life. Maybe you made some sort of mistakes, like you got unnecessarily exposed to certain things, or unnecessarily exposed to certain people, or you got unnecessarily exposed to certain things, and in those seasons you made some mistakes. So mistakes like maybe at a point you had breaks, you gave yourself to some guy, or maybe at a time you used to be like the in babe, guys came to you, you gave yourself to them, or you're a guy at a time people just know you that you were a playboy and you did a lot of very funny things while you were younger. Or maybe you made certain posts in the past that right now you are not proud about. Or maybe, for example, certain, like even very deep and very rough one. And for that reason, right now you realize your purpose. Now you are aware that there's something to your life. You're aware that, oh, there's so much to you, there's so much depth in you. Oh, you want to become great, you want to accomplish this, you want to fulfill this, you want to get this and that in your life. And right now you're willing to show up. But in your head, the script of some of those displeasing past still plays out. And you're like, ah, Right now, if I now go out and start sharing on Facebook about certain stories and now I'm trying to be wise, I hope the people that knew me then will not come to my comment section and they will not start commenting and like, you two don't turn motivational speaker. You where we know, eh? And you're now feeling like, oh, these people will start coming up and doing all of those things. Now, you need to listen to this. Number one thing you need to realize is mistakes happen. And because mistakes happen, you must be willing to forgive yourself of your past. You must be willing to forgive yourself of your past. If you do not start by forgiving yourself of that past, it will be difficult to experience dominance and great level of relevance at the degree that you should operate. You know why? Because you keep playing a script in your past. You keep playing a script that will tie you and restrain you from becoming dominant in your sphere and industry. Why? Because you're thinking for other people and you are trying to have a view of what other people are thinking of you, even if in actual reality, everyone is busy about their life. Everyone is busy doing something about their life. And if you don't come out and you don't break out of that ideology, you are going to realize when you grow up to be maybe in your 60s or in your 70s or your 80s that every of those things were only mirages. Every of those things were only mirage that never truly were real. They were never real. They were never real. And that's why you must break out. You must be willing to break out and show up deliberately for the sake of your own destiny and your future. And one of the things you need to realize is that there are people who will go through your mistake if you don't come out to share your story and help them out of it. You are not willing to share your story and help those guys out of it. So it's really important that you get to this scenario in your life where you need to know that what you're thinking about your past, they are really not true. They are really not true. They were only a phase of life that you needed to move and journey into relevance at a high degree. You needed to play a very high degree. So what you need to do is you need to reinvent yourself. You need to reinvent yourself. And as part of your positioning, there are some people in that past that you need to entirely block from showing up in your future or your present. You need to block entirely from showing up in your present. So maybe there are some sort of friends, there are some sort of people you need to shield them off. Shield them off. When you make those posts and or you see how that they are sharing some of those funny comments, go and delete them, block them, block them. You know why? So you will be focused on the journey of destiny that should start playing in your present. So you'll be focused in the journey of destiny that should start playing in your present. Maybe for example, it's even um some friends you used to have in those underlighting, those unpleasant past. You need to block every one of them. Start out your journey afresh. Start out with current intentionality. Start out with current deliberateness. Start out with current drive. Start out with current purpose, current passion, and then begin to push with an high level of intentionality. You need to reinvent yourself. That, oh, you are no longer this person, you're someone who is new. That's why I teach on the concept of social media audits. Sometimes you need to go back to some of the things you posted on all of those platforms. And then all of those things that are not very nice and very good, and you don't want to represent in your future, start deleting them one after the other. Create the time and start afresh. For some of you, maybe you need to entirely delete some accounts. You need to entirely delete some TikTok accounts and go and open a fresh one. Why? Because you need to reinvent yourself. Reinvention takes a lot of intentionality. Reinvention takes a lot of intentionality. You know why many people don't want to struggle to do it? Why? Because they want to keep lying on the basis of certain foolishness and stupidity. Why? Because of the applause and a lot of the things it has brought to them. Are you aware? Some of you don't know. Some of the people who do some of the funny things, who maybe right now you see them get lot of followers on TikTok. When they sit down, they really want to do something different with their life. When they sit down, they want to be wiser than that. But you know what? They are not ready. They are not intentional enough to become true to themselves. Do you think the lady who is coming up and doing all of those things on TikTok and trying to do all of these things and trying to do all of those fun, do you think they like it? When they sit down, when all of the likes are not there, when all of the comments are not there, and they sit down with themselves, sometimes they wish they don't do it. But you know what? You think that they're happy doing this. You think that they are delighted because of the followers and all of that. And then you want to emulate them instead of reinventing yourself to something more deliberate and important. And then you become truly relevant, positively impactful in the things that you do. Many of them are not happy. Meet some of them in real life. Meet them when they are not on their phone. Meet them when the limelight is not there. Meet them when all of the balls are not there. Meet them when they are not trying to do all of this life. Many of them want to do something more important with their life. But you know what? They need you to support them. They need you to pick up what they are doing so that they will be able to have a validation for the things that they are really doing. Are you getting what I'm saying? Please, are you learning? Are you learning? Let me see in the comment. Please, are you getting value? Are you getting value? If you're getting value, let me see you type it there. I'm getting value. I'm getting value. I'm getting value. Type there that you're getting value. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much, Victoria Bishason. Grateful, grateful. Let me see that you're getting value. Many of those people doing those things, when they sit with themselves, some of them wish they never even started the adventure. You know why? Because they know the level of foolishness and the things that they do. But it's only you that is not seeing it. You're seeing the likes. You're seeing the this one. You're seeing the gift. You're seeing the hype. You're seeing the ambassadorial deal. You're seeing the money. But you know what? They know the truth. They know the truth. Never start out your journey of influence from a point of foolishness. Never start out from a point of foolishness because of an assumed influencer, because of an assumed so-called somebody who you think is relevant, because of an assumption of somebody who you think is there. Many of them, it's all fake. Many of them, it's all fake. I'm telling you for the truth. Many of them, it's all fake. They know the truth. You know, when the Bible says, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. They know the truth. But you know what? They need you to keep being around them so that they will feel that they are doing something right. They need you to create that feeling in them. Thank you, Oluwatosin Akinyo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abiodun Oda. Nice, nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Ruth Ibokwe. Thank you, Ayodeji. Thank you so much. Amazing. Glad to see you're getting value. Many of them, they know the truth. Oh, they know the truth. Don't try to follow them. Don't try to simulate them. Come to a truth in yourself. So the next time you pick up, you know what this has done to you? All right. The next time you pick up your smartphone and you want to post something, you think about it. Is this how relevant I want to be? Is this what I really need to make me become influencer? Is this what I want to grow in? And then you refresh yourself. Why? Because you are reinventing yourself. You are reinventing yourself. You're reinventing yourself. So part of reinvention, what you need to realize also is that what the perception you create before people is how they will treat you. The perception you create before people, you stay amongst colleagues. What perception do you create? You go to your workplaces. What perception do you create? In the environment you stay in, what perception do you create? All right. Would you step into certain places and when people gather and maybe they are drinking certain stuff or they are puffing certain stuff, will they bring it to you? Can they perceive something different and say, this one will not take it? Why? Because we know him. Because we know him. Some of you right now, the only reason why you're sane and you are behaving well, not you. Some people, the only reason why they are behaving well It's because maybe they are still in Africa. Just give them small chance, so small opportunity. Let them just go outside to a place of not very disciplined value system, and let's check up whether they will still be standing. What perception do people have about you when you step out and people see you, and then you come and meet people, and then in terms of your conversation, in terms of your communication, in terms of your relation, in terms of the way you react, and then you speak and the things you do, what perception do people have about you? The perception you create is pivotal in the kind of opportunities that come to you. What perception do you create? Look at Joseph. Joseph was sold to save slavery, came into Potiphar's house. They saw leadership on him. They perceived leadership in him. Even when they lied against him and then he was in the prison, they still perceived leadership about him. Even when he appeared before Pharaoh, there was still a perception of leadership that was created. The perception you create will determine the opportunities that you get. Write it down if you're writing down. The perception you create will determine the opportunities that comes to you, and will also determine the opportunities that will not come to you. Do you get that? You get that? Are you following? The perception you create will determine the opportunities that come to you, and will also determine the opportunities that you are denied. What perception do you create? Okay, right now I read somewhere that to get an entry visa into the United States, they will need your social media account they will need to get your social media account for I think 2 years or so or more. What are they trying to check up on? What perception are you creating? What are the things that control your ideas? What are the things that control your thinking? The perception you create will determine the opportunities that come to you and the opportunities that you are denied. So don't just say, what some people call demon, devil, in most of our places in Africa, many a times they are self-created demons. They are self-created problems, self-inflicted issues, self-inflicted issues. Some people don't know that the reason why they keep applying for jobs and keep applying for opportunities and they don't get it are because of some of the things they have shared carelessly online. Some of the things they have shared carelessly online, or some of the things they have done maybe in certain WhatsApp group, and then someone watched and saw them and say, oh, and you are surprised. You go for interview, they say, are you this person? You are in this group. You went to this place. You were this at this time, and you're saying yes. You're saying and then you're happy as if the person knew you. But you know what they are vetting? They are vetting some of the things that they have seen about you. They have checked up on you, and then they just saw those things, and you're happy. You're like, man, do you know me? They say, not exactly. And when they now check up those things, they say, no, we can't give this guy that opportunity. There was at this time that this person did this. This person was here and he did all of that. You see people who are very dishonest, and they feel they are smart. And then you interacted with somebody where you were supposed to be truthful, you decided to be fake, or you decided to cheat someone and you felt you have gone away with it. And then 5 years after, 3 years after, 6 years after, 8 years after, you now met that person, or that person was supposed to recommend you for something, but because of a dishonest ideology or dishonest perception you created in the mind of that person, you are denied the greater opportunity. You got maybe 5,000, you were dishonest for 5,000, and then you lost 5 million because of a perception you created from little. Some of the things you call little and say it doesn't matter, it's just something little. Everybody can do it, it's just normal thing. And then you're denied opportunity, and then you are denied relevance, you are denied access to platforms, you are denied access to kings, you are denied access to great personality because of something that you did dishonestly without knowing that it was going to haunt you in the future. What perception do you create before people? I don't want to talk too much. I know some ladies right now, you're aware, you are the one that you're moving from boy A to boy C to boy D. You felt you're wise. You are getting small peanuts, all those small peanuts, pizza, shawarma, all those things. and you feel you're there, you feel you are the in thing, you're feeling yourself. I'm a beauty. You're not a beauty. It's foolishness that is speaking, foolishness that is talking to you. And then you're gathering boyfriend, but this one, you are doing that one, you are this, you are deceiving this one, picking up that one, deceiving that one, doing all of that, and then you're saying you are missing stuff, and you feel you're okay, you feel it's normal. Think about it again. What perception do you create in the places you are? Maybe you're even a student right now on campus. What perception do you create amidst your colleagues? What perception do you create on campus when people sit down to talk about you? This one, that one, this one, that one. What do they discuss? What do they discuss? What do they think about you? What people think doesn't matter. What people think doesn't matter. Did yeah. Opportunities like this will just be flowing. Why? Because of the perception you're creating. What perception do you create? Oluwa Tosin Akinyo says, the perception you create determines the opportunities that comes to you and the opportunities that won't come to you. Yeah, very true. Very true. The perception you create determines what comes to you. Determines what comes to you. All right. So, what perception do you create before people? Very important. You need to reinvent yourself. Check up on that perception and then rework on it. I once was counseling graduating set of students, and I said, don't think your colleagues don't matter. If you've had issues with this person and those set of people, make sure you resolve it before you graduate. Because the colleague you see today may be the one that will determine your next level of opportunity. Okay, so what perception do you create? When people check up on you online, what do they see? You need to clean up certain stuff, rework on certain stuff, correct certain stuff, and then make sure you're ready for next level of impact and next level of breakthrough. Very, very important. Okay, and also in the aura, what aura do you create everywhere you go to? Do the aura around you, does it reflect average? Does it reflect wisdom? Does it reflect progress? Does it reflect positivity? Or every time people come to you, it's always negative? What aura do you create? If I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm discussing with you, I'm listening to you, what aura do you create? Do you create motivation? Do you create inspiration? Do you create transformation? Do you create elevation? Or you just create average, mediocre, low, down? What aura do you create? Very important. Because people would always gravitate towards individuals that inspire them. People will always gravitate towards people that offer value to them. People would gravitate towards individuals that offer impact, influence, growth to them. People will gravitate towards people that create core value to them. When people come to you, what value do they get? When people come around you, what kind of aura do they get from you? Are they inspired? Are they challenged? Are they these? Have you seen people come to you and before they are like, I'm sad, like this is my first time of meeting you in real life, but every time I listen to you, I'm always inspired. I'm always challenged. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing this. And it's not because you're trying to be fake, it's because that is the reality of your life. Get to a point where your default state is inspiring. Your default state is progressive. Your default state is positive. Your default state is impactful. So, what aura do you create? What aura do you create? What aura do you create? Think of when you were in secondary school. All right? Secondary school. You know, right now, if you think of some names, you would think of some names. Some names. Judith Ofemum, nice to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your break. Well done. What aura? What aura do you create? James Buzei, hello, thank you. What aura do you create? You know, when you're in secondary school, right now there are some of your colleagues in secondary school that when you just remember their names, even if they have changed now, if right now they have changed, if right now they have repented, they are not some of those very silly and some sort of silly, stupid, and foolish set of guys now. Maybe right now they are now better, they are doing some other things. But every time you remember their names, you would always tie it to those foolish things they did when you were in school. How many of you agree with me? You still tie it, even if they are changing now. You know why? Because they created an aura. They created something in you that even though they are better humans now, you would never try to forget those things that they used to be. What aura do you create? And this is why you need to reinvent yourself. You need to be deliberate about the aura, the ideology you create around yourself, the kind of things you create around yourself. There are some guys right now, well, you who are ladies, guys right now, your secondary school guys, that if they call you right now, if even right now they are pastors or they are imams or or they are some sort of things, if they call you right now, you still think that they are playboys. You know why? Because of the aura that they consistently created while you were in secondary school. Because of that aura. All right. So what aura do you create? You see why perception is important. You see why reinventing yourself is key. Then you say it's not important. What they think about me is their opinion, but what I think about myself is what is the important thing. Or let them be thinking about you. Even when you repent 10 years after, human beings they are still having an idea of you in their head that that guy, that guy. That guy, that lady, that babe, those kind of things. Even if you have repented. Okay? So it's really important that you reinvent yourself. And as part of reinventing yourself, guys, as part of reinventing yourself, what you also have to take notice, you need, as part of positioning, number one, I said reinvent yourself. The second thing I want to talk about is you need to build strategic connections. All right. You need to build strategic connections. Yeah, like for example, you go for events, you want to kind of connect with people randomly. Those random connections, they are good. But while you build random connections, look out for strategic and key ones you need in your life. And then invest your effort, invest your energy, invest your gifting in ensuring that you keep those ones. Ensure that you keep those ones. There are some great people you meet, and when you meet them, you listen to them, and within you, you have a very strong impression that stay with this person, follow up this person, make sure you get close to this person, make sure you stay under this person's covering, make sure you invest time to stay there. Sometimes it may take a long while before you'll be able to gain trust. You'll be able to be permitted to get close to them, and they would begin to look out for you and all of that. But make sure you still stay. Make sure you still remain. Make sure you are still there. Make sure you are deliberate about keeping such relationships. Such relationship, you need to keep them. You need to build strategic connections, not just friend, gist. This movie came out. Have you listened to this song? Have you listened? All those things are base. Think about something superior. Build strategic connections. Strategic connections. Meet with some set of people. Watch out for people. Study people. See far. Begin to look out for what they represent in your life. Some of them may be associates, some of them may just be accompanies, some of them may have to be in your close circle. Some of them you need them in season of confusion for you to get clarity. Some of them you need to submit to them as your coach, as your coaches. Some of them you need to submit with them as your mentors. Some of them you need to volunteer to be in their sphere. Build strategic connections. There are times whereby people will offer you platforms, people will offer you places to be in. Why? Because they have seen the things you do. They are willing to present you before hundreds and thousands of people. They are willing to speak to you on high places that even your labor cannot take you. You need to build strategic connections. Need to build right connections. I'm looking right now for many opportunities in my life, and even one opportunity I have right now presently, where I am, it has always been about strategic connections, key mentors, key individuals. Some of these things didn't come easily. Some of them it took time. Some of them it took years. But I stayed there. I was willing to still be around. I was willing to still show up around them. And then they're like, oh, this guy is deliberate. It's just that the thing is, like some of you right now, you want people to You want people to offer, to give, to put, to, let me put it this way, sorry. You want people to impute so much effort into your life more than you yourself. You are not willing to put so much effort into becoming great or into having satisfactory relationships, and you want other people to offer that kind of effort for your own life. Okay, right now, maybe someone you look up to be a mentor is having an event, even if it's in another location. What kind of effort are you putting in to ensure that you would attend that event? What effort are you putting in to volunteer to be one of those who will be at that event? What are you imputing to be able to support their dreams and ambition? But yet you say, I want you to be my mentor. I want you to mentor me. Okay, now what effort are you putting in? So you want that person to put in more effort than yourself who need that individual? No, no way. No way. You need to build strategic relationships. Sometimes you must be willing to offer your skill in order to earn social capital. You need to be offer. You should be willing to offer your giftings to be able to earn social capital. You see, maybe that person you want to mentor you, or that person you want to build a connection with, you're saying that that person is doing this, that person is doing that person is offering this, that person is informed of this, and then you're just looking and say, well done, sir, well done, sir, well done, sir, God bless you, sir. Ah, sir, this is what and that's what you're doing. Be involved. Be involved in what you're doing. Create the ability to be able to commit to being focused, being involved, driving the things they are doing, making life easy for them, contributing to their progress, and then they will pay attention to you and say, wow, this guy is not just coming to take from me, he's willing to add to me. Is willing to add to me. Build strategic connections. That's how you position. That's how you position. Build strategic connections in your life. Stop looking only for gist partners. Stop looking for amebo group. You amebo group. Some people they love amebo group too much, but your life is not changing. All the amebo you have been doing since all these years, what has changed in your life? Look for correct wise amebo group, the ones that will tell you amebo on one opportunity that will change your life, that would recommend one course to you. Those kinds of amebo is what you should be looking for. Amebo of, have you heard about this book? Have you read it? This book is so good. Go and get a copy. That kind of amebo is what I want. Not amebo of this one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And then your life is not changing. You're just remaining in one position. But yet you say you belong to one clique, one association, one nothing that is adding no value to you. Think again. It's a guinea. It's a guinea. You hear me? You hear me, Ko? Pay attention. Show me. Stop belonging to all this click, click, click. Your inner circle is only a boy people do there. Better run away. Run away before it is too late. All right, guys. We've done over an hour. I did not plan we're going to stay this long, but I hope it was worth your time. I hope you got value from this. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. All right. So before I take questions, you can drop your questions, but I want to emphasize some announcements that I have been making for a while now. The first is this coming Saturday. If you are in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, majorly we're in Lagos or around Lagos. The Conference of Faithful Ambassadors will be holding this Saturday. I've been sharing about it. Confab 16, the 16th edition, will be holding this Saturday. And the theme is the rise of VIPs, visionaries, innovators, pace setters, and solution providers. Will be holding this Saturday in Lagos. Pistis of Maryland in Lagos. That's the location for Elevation Church on the mainland. You can be there. We'll be having ID Kabasa, Toast, Tayo Shiemi. We'll be having Mary Ayuba. We'll be having Mr. Chobel Nadozie. We'll be having Oluwako Ijoluwatosin, the convener. Please do well to attend. Make sure that you are there. Make sure you're there. It's an amazing event. I've always spoken about event because what I wanted to talk about, maybe I'm going to add it to part three. Of course, it looks like this session has to be part three. I'm not done with the tools yet. We'll see how we can wrap up. Then see how we can wrap up in our next Grow School edition. Um, so make sure you're there at Confab. Confab has been a blessing to me, has helped me in very, very, very great ways. Some of the things I'm sharing with you, I'm sharing from experience. I'm not sharing just from my head. Like I've been a volunteer for Confab for some years now. I've been there as team lead for the team lead for planning committee chairperson. I was a planning committee chairperson last confab at confab 15. Confab 14, I was the head of publicity. So, volunteering. So it has been a blessing. And I attended confab 12, I think. Also when they did, I think 10 years anniversary, I was there at the event also where my mentor was there to sponsor and he was there to speak. I've been at Confab. So this is an event that has really blessed my life and it has helped me in a small way. I've been able to meet key people. I've been able to connect with people. I've been able to work with people. I've been able to give my leadership some sort of exposure. So, Confab is a very, very amazing event and I need everyone in Lagos. I need you to plan to be there this Saturday, 23rd of August, 2025. The time is 9 a.m. Please be there on time. Make sure you try your best to be on the front row, the front seats, and be there to attend as you go, build connections, right? Get a lot of ideas, and then connect with people, connect with people. Also, on the 4th of September 2025, they'll be having Ambassador Summit 7.0. The line of audience, the I say audience, the line of speakers is amazing. We'll have the First Lady of Lagos State will be there, Minister of Youth, Commissioner for Youth in Lagos State would have Dr. Ayogunso, my mentor, Dr. Ayogunso, would have Afiso Etero, would have Tunde Onokoya, would have Pastor Pogrimade, would have Reverend Funke Felix Adejimo, a whole list of audience. I can't even mention all of them, but it's really going to be amazing. So it will be taking place Thursday, 4th of September 2025 at Oriental Hotel in Lekki, on the island. So make sure you plan to attend this event. Who knows? Maybe we've not met in real life. You may just be attending of this event and just find me there. All right, you may just be attending the event and just find me there. So let's meet, let's connect, let's interact, and let's do well to connect together. And if you want to maybe connect or meet anybody at this event and you can't, just reach out. You can send a message and we can just build a means for you to connect and meet with them. So thank you so much, guys. I hope it was worth your time. I hope it made a lot of difference. If you have questions, you can drop them for me to read and answer. Thank you, Oluwatosin Akinyo. Thank you, Ritik. Thank you. He said, I'm so glad I could join tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Judith. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Esther Matthew, thank you. I think Esther was the first person that joined today. Thank you. Thank you to Esther. So blessed. I'm so blessed. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this at a very short notice. I didn't really plan that it was going to hold a long while. I just thought of it today since I had space of time. It has been a really busy time since coming here. Really busy from one event, one thing to the other. So I just felt I could have space of time to communicate with you because where I am right now, it's 5:27 a.m. already. The location I am in, and I needed to just sleep for a short while, be here up early so that we could meet up to the time. Thank you for joining at short notice. Thanks for all those who heard later and then you came in. Thank you so much. I'm really blessed. I'm really delightful. When people show up like this, it shows that they truly trust in the things you do, in the things you say, and then in the wisdom that you provide. Thank you also, Ruth Igbokwe. Ruth also came in early. Ayodiji also came in early. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ayodeji. I'm really grateful to see you learn. Thank you. Thank you, Judith. I'm grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Much love, everybody. Keep making the rest of your life the best of your life. And always remember, it's not about what you don't have. The problem is what you have, but you don't know what to do with it. Till I come your way again, I say, says here, bye bye.